viewers, this is Liv, straight from Kalkine Studio, and you're watching Go Green with Kalkine. Did you know that a remote community in northeast Alberta is home to Canada's largest off-grid solar project? Now that we know that Canada's Prime Minister has pledged to cut greenhouse emissions and make the country a net zero carbon economy, it's also important to know how the country will reach this ambitious goal. Renewables have a big part to play, alongside the adoption of electric vehicles and cuts in methane emission. While prominent provinces in Canada are doing their bit in having a greater share of renewables in energy generation, remote areas too paint an encouraging picture. The community of Fort Chipewyan, also referred to as Fort Chip, has become the leading light in the country's shift towards renewables. Until recently, this community of nearly 1,000 residents received all energy from a diesel power station. Millions of litres of diesel, one of the dirtiest fuels, would be consumed in the process. The shift to renewables wasn't an easy feat. Add to this some more obstacles. Located some 200-odd kilometres from Fort McMurray, Fort Chipewyan saw truckloads of diesel coming through extremely tough terrain. In fact, during summer, accessibility to the community relies only on air or barge. With the passage of time and as climate change makes Canada's northern regions increasingly warmer, the terrain has become even more inaccessible. But, as we just told you, the solar project has come as a ray of light. It cuts the community's dependence on diesel and shifts it towards clean energy. Over 5,000 solar panels installed as a part of the project will fulfil almost 25% of the energy needs of the community. Also, the involvement of Indigenous communities in the design and development of this project is adding to the cause. The developers, including ATCO Limited, a company listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange, are hopeful that the Fort Chipewyan model can be replicated in other similar communities and terrains in order to help those remote communities and remote areas attain energy autonomy and become ecologically more sustainable. That's what we call multiple benefits when efforts are done in the right direction. An additional positive aspect of the Fort Chipewyan solar project is that Three Nations Energy, the owner of this venture, has committed to diverting any from it towards more clean energy projects and education. The Canadian Minister of Natural Resources has gone as far as calling the project a perfect model for Canada's renewable energy future. It's notable that the venture was partly funded by the federal government and partly by Alberta's provincial government. Although it was completed in November 2020, it's still useful in the present setup. The country aims at further increasing the share of solar in electricity production. The Fort Chipewyan model not only furthers the cause of solar power, but is also an example of how Indigenous communities benefit by such policy actions of the government. What, according to the federal government, is the largest off-grid solar farm in the whole of Canada is truly a marvel in all respects. Well, that's all for now. I will be back with more shows on clean energy, renewables and climate change themes. I'm Liv for Kalkinemedia.